Yes.
What is your favorite line from your character?
Favorite line from the game?
I had a personal attachment to a series of lines that probably. Let me see if I can find it here. But while I'm trying to find it, let Johnny do his thing.
I don't know exactly. I mean, there's a lot of cool moments in there. Like the moment when Kirie is being pulled away and he cries out to her or whatever. Or now I know what this handle's made for. You know that? Sending guys like you back to hell. It's the rest of it. It sounds bad, doesn't it? If I just say the first half, it's like, that's awkward. I can't think of anything specific at the moment. Or the way, like, actually, there's a cool moment, I think, with, what's the guy's name? The weirdo scientist guy? Agnes, yes. And he stuttered, right? And there's a line in there, and that Nero says, what are you going to make fun of the way I talk? And I thought, well, maybe I should try it as like stuttering it back to him. What are you going to make fun of me by the way I talk? And, I did it that way, and it felt right, and Yuji liked it, and so, yeah.
So, can we get the lights? I'll go ahead and play this scene. The audio, the mix scene in this, Capcom, because they don't speak English, they tend to overpower the audio. So
it's like a background music, the M&E and all that stuff.
So it's kind of, especially in Devil May Cry, we've kind of gotten on to them about it, and they're doing better with the other games. But anyways, this scene, you can try to recognize the audio. I had my, actually co-wrote, oh, it's not, don't look at that. I co-wrote the scene, and kind of tells you where my mind is, usually. All right, hold on, I gotta read this. No, all right. I had it all set. No. All right, here we go. You guys probably recognize this. Couldn't hear a word in the whole thing, except for in the end we're all satisfied, and that really is the truth. Life in general, and so you'll have to go online and figure out what he said. Sorry.
I think they got like that. You can basically watch the whole movie of it, right?
Yeah, there's
like on YouTube or something.
So that was my, anyways, that's my favorite. Yeah.
Question? Yes.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, the question is, was it more difficult to do the motion capture for Devil May Cry or Resident Evil? I played Chris in Resident Evil. I started doing him in Code Veronica, and then as well in Resident Evil 5. Good question. There's certain elements in both that were kind of difficult. I'd say Devil May Cry 3 was more difficult because it was my first time being Dante. It was the first time, I guess, being a hero of that caliber. I guess because of everybody on the production team had a certain idea of how Dante should act and perform and do things, and I was trying to live up to that. And I was getting a million different directions from, the director was giving me directions, the producers and Capcom, and everybody had an idea and an opinion on how the character should be, and I was trying to listen to everybody, and in the end I just kind of got so frustrated, ended up listening to myself. And I did what I thought was right, and then that's when Yuji came to me, and he was like, "Yeah, that's what we want. You're doing that. You're getting it now." I'm like, "Okay, I'm just going to take direction from you," and I kind of blocked out all the other people. So that was difficult in that sense because I was being over-directed by a lot of different people, and you probably had some of that as well.
Yeah, there was, and then because like the language thing was like sometimes someone would try to explain it, and I'm like, "Well, I'm pretty sure I understood what Yuji was saying." But like they over-explained it, and I'm like, one thing I remember though, I don't know why I thought of it, but like I remember they were having, like we had, when your character is idle and then they do things or whatever, twirl their gun or whatever it is, right? And he had to do his stuff, like my stuff was just like whatever, like it was like, okay, yeah, no problem. And then he had some like really weird stuff, and he called me over. He was like, "Hey, we don't do this," and he spent a lot of time in Japan, so maybe he's just like he understands it, but like it was like weird. It was. Do you remember the taunt? I remember it was like this. Like he had these different taunts, and one of them is like this. Right? No, he wanted to act actually like this. Yeah, and it was like, I was like, well, no, it looks like you're trying to take a dump. And it's not threatening at all for us.
Because, so I spent 5 years in Japan, and I speak fluent Japanese, and for some reason, I'm explaining it to the Japanese, and I have to do this with Capcom all the time, and more with Capcom anyway, because it's kind of a family now. We've been working together for a long time. They kind of don't think I'm American, and they don't think I have a background or like where I grew up, and I told them, I said, "No, this is strange. In America, we don't do this." No, you're Reuben. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not American. You don't understand anything. So I'm like, "No, I really think this is weird, and we shouldn't do this." No, come on, just do it. Oh my. And then I have to stop. Okay, Johnny, Dan, everybody, TJ, come over here and explain to these guys that this is ridiculous. And then they're all shaking their head. No, it looks like he's taking it down.
Oh, even squatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they squat different there too. we would do this, right? We'd like kneel or whatever, and they just have a smoke or whatever. It's like, it's a weird. It's like we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that, but I think we do. It won't take my word for it.
Too Japanese.
So yeah, a lot of battles go on during the main character of these games. Anyways, I could go on for hours. Next, let's you with the years. Yes, by the way, we're doing another kind of UFO ET and going to get into the paranormal realm a little bit tonight at what time? 9:15. 9:15 where? Same room as the other night, which is 2 rooms over here connected. So yes, everybody, if you want to listen to some craziness, come on out.
It's always when I have to like load our stuff up and plug everything in.
We'll figure it out after some time. So, any other questions?
We went UFO hunting. last time.
Yes,
or
sir.
sky watching. I
We
think.
saw a rattlesnake.
Yes, we did.
I think he was possessed by an alien.
It was.
Yeah.
Had really big eyes.
Yeah. Are rattlesnakes common? It's my first kind of rattlesnake in the wild. It's wild. Yes, ma'am.
I'm in the Devil May Cry, but I was about to make my way.
Ah, the favorite weapon. Mine was the Sanchuk in 3. Remember 3? Yeah, the Sanchuk. The 3. It's like nunchucks with 3 guns. Yeah, that's my favorite. What's it called? Well, that Cerberus is who you fight to get the Sanchuk, right? It's still called Sanchuk, right? Oh, really? Okay, in Japanese it's called the Sanchuk. There you go.
The Sancho?
Sanchuk.
It's like a Mexican thing.
It's like, they say nunchucks in Japanese is nunchaku. So then you take san, which is 3, and sanchoku. Sanchoku. Let everybody do that. Oh.
Well, Nero's arm, I think, is cool. The sword was kind of weird. It was cool. It's cool, but it's weird. It's like, wait, do you have to like do that in order to strike? It's just kind of a cool thing. But his arm is like demonic Green Lantern or something. Oh, if I could pick, well, his ebony and ivory, whatever. I think those are cool. Question. Yeah, sorry. Back. Either one of you. You lose. We'll go to you next.